well as a sea of supporters at the swearing-in ceremony in Accra, which also saw Jana Nana Apoki-Agyemang become the country's first female vice president. Around 20 heads of state from across Africa turned out, including those from Nigeria, Senegal, Kenya, and Burkina Faso. Now, not least in the mix was also our Justice Baidoo, who joins us now from Ghana. Justice, give us a sense of what your take was on the mood at the swearing-in today.
This was one of the most attended swearing-in ceremonies under this Fourth Republic. It's one of the descriptions that some commentators have given it. As early as 4 a.m., people who had traveled from across the country were already gathering at the Independence Square, the historic location where Ghana has traditionally sworn in its president. It goes to show the enormous expectations that people have on this new president, with the huge numbers that turned out, people coming in from all walks of life, wishing the new government all well on its first day in office.
There's also a lot of very expectations of tangible delivery, and Mahama also used this this gathering to set out some pretty specific insights into his game plan. Before we come back to you, let's have a listen to what he had to say.
We'll focus our initial efforts on 4 critical areas. The first is economic restoration and stabilization of the macroeconomic environment. The second is the improvement of the business and investment environment to ensure that Ghana is once again open for business. The third is governance and constitutional reforms. And the final, but not the least, is accountability and the fight against corruption.
So hearing that, break it all down for us, Justice. What does this mean in terms of the priorities moving forward, and why did he choose those as being his priorities?
He did primarily because these are some of the top issues that were on the heart of voters going into this crucial election. Mr. Mahama, as you said, is not new to the presidency, and he lost power in 2016 mainly because of some of these issues. And the akuffo government that has just gone out of office today promised to crack down corruption and improved living conditions for people. There are several polls that have indicated that many people were unhappy with the economic conditions, the direction of the government, what they thought to be high levels of public corruption, especially in the way that government services are delivered. And so Mr. Mahama having won by this margin, it has never happened to his party, the National Democratic Congress, also having won close to 2/3 majority parliament in a majority of seats in the country's parliament, is bent on doing this. He's not under no illusion at all about the challenges that exist. The economic crisis, inflation is still high, and an energy crisis that exists in the country. But he seemed to enjoy a lot of goodwill from across the country to be able to tackle some of these challenges head on right from day one.
And is that goodwill reflected across the continent as well? There was a pretty good turnout from heads of state from across Africa. Anything indicating what foreign policy might look like under Mahama from the leaders who chose to be there at his inauguration?
A lot of significant things happened today, and not least that Ghana has its first female vice president, but then also the sort of leaders that turned up, including the junta leading Burkina Faso, which is also Ghana's neighbor to the north. It's a country that is being destabilized by Islamist terrorism, which has been ravaging in several parts of West Africa. And there's a feeling that a lot of these leaders have come in to sort of share in the goodwill that Ghana seemed to have or enjoy in bringing nations together. There was representation from Kenya, West African superpower, Nigeria, and Rwanda. It goes to show, as several analysts have suggested, that they all are looking to tap into this new direction that Ghana has chosen, hoping to bring itself closer to this new government and hopefully to be able to share in the sort of security, especially for countries like Burkina Faso and even Niger, that is also currently led by Janta, to be able to protect themselves or to be able to align themselves to the sort of place that Ghana wants to head over the next 4 years that Mr. Mahama would be in office.
Thanks very much. Justice Baidoo there.